Hello, you absolute legends. Welcome back to the channel on a glorious autumnal day here in Lincolnshire. It's John here. We're at Mum and Dad's. There's the Nissan Note. There's the Peugeot 406, and the Fiat 500 garage is open for business. It's coming up to the end of October. Mrs. John Coupland's car is due for a MOT very shortly, so the whole point of this video is myself and Dad, we're going to give Mrs. John Coupland's car a once-over ready for the MOT. Now, I don't envisage there being any issues. Last year, we replaced the exhaust for a stainless steel system and did a few bushes and bits and pieces like that. I don't envisage there being any problems, but the whole point of bringing it to Dad is so he can do a full MOT check on the car, or pre-check, before it goes in a couple of weeks. Dad used to be an MOT tester. He had his MOT degree, so to speak, and his license for a very long time, so he knows exactly what he's looking for. So in this video we'll take a look at the car, see what we can see, and do the MOT checks. Before we do that though, we need to just get something very special out of the boot, because in the boot is the MOT testing inspector. Hello. Look who it is. Crystal is here with us today. Hang on a minute, excuse me. Who's just put her paws all over there because she's seen Grandad, and she is happy to see Grandad. So Crystal's here with us as well today, and she's going to go and see Grandad. All right, we'll let you in. Where is he? Find Grandad. Go find him. Aha. Oh. Ah, look who it is. We don't want fluff in there. We've got a new kitchen coming in. Right now, let's see if Crystal's damaged this boot lid. Silly old dog. I don't think so. Silly old dog. Right, let's check the car. Right, so the first thing Dad's checking, he's checked the wiper blades at the front, made sure they're all okay, all good. Check the wiper blades at the back, all good as well, making sure there's nothing loose, making sure all the doors open, making sure there's no damage to any of the mechanisms. What are you looking for now?
Petrol flap.
Petrol flap is here. Oh no, that's the that's the bonnet. We'll need to pop that anyway. Petrol flap. I think you just pull. It's got like a bayonet key twist on the petrol flap. Looking good. What are you checking there?
Seal. Checking the seal, mate.
Checking the seal. Yeah, we'll check the lights now then. As I say, this is just a once over of the car. I'm going to shut this door so it doesn't bash into Dad's Peugeot. Right, lights time. Go! Oh, sounds like he's checking the handbrake as well. And the brake pedal. Turn the engine on. Right, we've got daylight running lights. Daytime running lights. He's doing his usual checks. I think he's turning heaters on and bits and pieces like that. Yeah, so we've got side lights. Yeah, side lights. Main beam. Yeah. What's that you discovered? A number plate light out. There you go. So it says on the onboard diagnostics number plate. Right, let's have a look at this. We've got hazard lights. We've got the indicator, horn, washers. Let's go around the back. Take a look at this. Right. Go ahead. Yeah, I'm going to have to get closer, have a look at those, because of the sunshine. Yeah, got a side light here, one moment. Yeah, got a side light there. Indicator, yeah. A rear fog light. Yes! Now let's have a look at the number plate lights then. Yeah, we've got a number plate light out here, this side. This one's okay. Brake light, and high level brake light, just check. Yeah, all good on there. So we've got a number plate light out. That's one thing we've found that's the issue. And the car does have an onboard diagnostic, but didn't pop up with that when I drove the car around. I didn't put the lights on, that is true. That's testing the steering, making sure the steering's okay.
Steering column in the case.
Looking good so far. He's going to make sure that all the seat runners work.
Driver's seat has to be locked in position.
Checking the rear seat belts, making sure they're not frayed, cut, making sure that they are all good. Same with this side. Looking good. That's the dog bed that's caught in the back there. And you can see Mrs. John Coupland doesn't necessarily keep it perfect, but she does keep it nice and clean. Let's put that in there somewhere. What are you trying to do? Just push it. No, sorry. There's going to be a. Oh, do you know what? I don't know. There's a pull catch here.
Ah, it is.
That's it. There we go. Fiat technology. There's the boot. It's got all the inspector's bits in there. Making sure there's no rot or rust. Making sure everything's there. Spare wheels looking good. Like I said, last year Dad and I gave this car a really good going over because it had been in the family for, well, 10 years. And it needed a few things. So new exhaust, etc. But to be fair, Mrs. John Coupland doesn't really drive it very far nowadays. Get rid of this leaf. Get that out of there. And now we'll look for the levels, fluid levels, brake fluid looking good.
Sit in the car, start the engine up, please, mate.
Absolutely. Right, start it up. Now it's going to ask me to check, I think, the power steering and the brakes. Ooh. Here we are. Are we ready? Let's go. Yeah. Check number plate light. There we go. Happy for me to turn that off? Excellent. Oh, there we go. That's in there. Looking good so far. Hello. I suppose the only the things to do now is to look under the car, jack it up, make sure that the steering is okay, the bushes are okay, there's nothing binding, no brakes are binding. Gearbox is fine. You're going to jack the car up now, aren't you?
I have, and I've seen your blooming Triumph Tiger.
This is the Triumph Tiger.
Yeah,
It's under here.
I've seen your video.
Well, I know nothing about motorbikes.
I think you know less than your mum.
Right, there we go. Well, it's all going on today. So Dad's going to jack the car. Let's go around this side. Dad's going to jack the car up. And have a look underneath. There she goes. Oh, look who it is. It's the MOT inspector.
Yeah, the quality control department.
So Dad's making sure all the brakes are not sticking on, that there's no play in any of the hubs or anything like that, and that there's no damage to any of the tyres, that there's equal wear and even wear. Dad's putting axle stands under to make sure everything's nice and safe. Crystal's leaving now, she's bored. Right, no issues at the rear on the near side. Let's go around to the off side. Dad's going to jack this side up and see if we can see any issues that side. Shock absorbers, Dad thought he'd done on this car, but actually he hasn't. They're okay, but he thought that he'd done them on this one. Again, looking at the tyres, looking at the shock absorbers. So far, so good, apart from a number plate light. And like I said, we replaced the exhaust last year. I'm just going to have a look at that. It's looking good. It's a stainless steel exhaust. It does sound like a tractor when Amy's going down the road, but yeah, all good. Axles fine, springs are all alright, tyres are okay at the back, brakes are all alright. So far at the back here, looking good. I just wanted to have a look at that exhaust while we'd got it jacked up. Looking good. Now to look at the front. Dad will jack the car up. In the middle. Not in the middle. Dad will jack the car over either side. Some of these cars you can jack up in the middle. There she goes. Dad's been and got his pry bar so he can test.
Looking at the suspension top mounting.
That's it, the top mounts and the ball joints. One thing that does let this car down a little bit is the alloy wheels. They were due a refurb about 7 years ago. It's one of those things we just never really got round to it. Looking good under there. No springs are broken. No play in those joints. Here comes the man with his torch.
Need to look at them.
Dad's identified that the front brakes are a little bit seized. They'll need easing off a little bit, I think, and having a look at. So that's another job.
Look at that bulge over it. That brake's bad, that is.
So yeah, bad times on that brake.
Yeah, it was discs and pads on that.
Discs and pads at the front there.
You can see without discs.
I can't see it right now, but I'll have a look. Let's have a look in here. Ooh. I still can't see. Ah, yes, now I can. Yeah, that needs looking at.
But I moved it.
So one job that really does need doing, identified. New
The pads aren't worn out at all, but
the brakes need looking at. And I suppose it's probably because the car does just sit. A lot of the times I take Mrs. John Coupland to work, and when she does take the car, it's little runs, maybe less than 2 miles, and the car has been sat for 3 weeks because we've just come back off holiday as well, so that probably hasn't helped. It looks like
done those bushes the week before, haven't we?
The-
The bushes I did them.
The bushes, yeah, we've done the bushes. Looks like that wheel's coming off in a sec. Right, round to the near side then. Let's have a look at this side now. We have got two options with regards to those brakes. We could take the wheel off and clean them, and I suppose the correct word is bodge it. What's the point? For the sake of 50 odd quid, for some new discs and pads. Brakes are your safety, aren't they? And as I say, I'd rather keep Mrs. John Coupland nice and safe. Talking of safety, hello, the safety inspector is here.
MOT quality control.
MOT quality control, there she is.
It's like the manual to me.
Hey, this is the foreman. The foreman's in charge today. Hey, had a good girl.
Pretending not to watch me, but she's really keeping an eye.
Absolutely. Right, let's have a look at this side. Crowbars in place, or pry bars in place, I should say. I'll have a look under here, make sure everything's good. No issues there, from what I can see. A little bit of play.
Track end, the bottom ball joint.
It looks like it's the bottom ball joint.
Isn't it?
Yeah, bit of play in there.
Yeah, it's doing that does as well. Big deal.
Dad's not too impressed because that does mean replacing the whole lower arm, which is a bumper off job, which is a cross member job, just to get, excuse me, I'm talking. Are you going to do it? Just to get that bottom arm off. But again, not a major issue, I suppose. It needs doing. We've never done anything like that in our time with the car, have we?
Yeah, we have done lower arm bushes before.
Have we?
I've had the lower arms off before.
Oh, well, there you go.
Changed the bushes.
Crystal's still inspecting. But that's another job. Again, this is the whole point of bringing the car to Dad, sort of a month in advance, so he can have a look at the car and see what's occurring. Right, let's take a look at that play then in that bottom ball joint. Dad's going to wiggle it and we'll have a look. And you can see that that bush and that joint is totally shot there.
It's not totally shot, but it's not very good, is it?
You can hear the knock, and that's obviously
Bottom ball joint.
a whole replacement arm here and that bottom ball joint. What's that going to be? 3 hours work? Fine, not an issue. I say not an issue because it's not me that's doing it, it's this man. All I have to do is source the parts and pay for them.
He's the right dude.
So Dad's making a list of things that needs doing. Look at all this. i10, 406, MR2, Audi TT. These are things that Dad's got to do. Armstrong Siddeley.
Car's for sale, it's well prepared.
What's this one? The MR2?
Yeah.
You can sod off. Front discs and pads. Near side lower arm, number plate light. Oh, we're going to do that now. Rear number plate light. This is a useful thing to keep a track of all the things that needs doing on my cars.
For sale, well prepared.
I thought you were keeping that. Ready for spring. So what's that going to cost? Front discs and pads, 50 quid. Near side lower arm, 50 quid. Number plate light. Well, we've got some of them in stock. £100. £100 I think we're going to have to spend on Mrs. John Coupland's car to get it through an MOT. Good job Dad's had a look at it today, because that's given me a month now to get those parts on order and a month for Dad to get them replaced.
Get this sold, so I want a tickle out of that.
What's that?
Get it sold so I can get a tickle.
The MR2? No, that's staying in the fleet for now. That's not going anywhere. We need to sell this 406, I think. Look at this. Get that sold. Right, that's it then. So Dad's given the car once over for MOT. I must admit, I didn't expect those issues. I expected it to be all good. And it's a good job I haven't gone into the MOT a bit pig-headed and a bit confident, and that we've brought it round to Dad to have a look at. Hope you've enjoyed the video of Dad basically wandering around the car and me waffling about what he's looking at. If you have, thumbs up please. I suppose the best part of the video is probably seeing the inspector, isn't it? Probably seeing Crystal. If you have enjoyed the video, as I say, thumbs up. It really helps what we're doing. Just a little insight as to what Dad's looking at. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do. Loads of stuff on the way. And if you haven't got me on, I've got to remember all these. It's TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Blue Sky, Threads, all of them, all the social media. It's John Coupland, all one word. Have a great day. Take care. Updates on the Fiat 500 to follow.